Hello everyone, this is Rithun Krishnan from CKF, and today I'll be going over USACO 2018 Diary Contest Bronze Problem 2 Lifeguards. Let's first start off by reading the question. Farmer John has opened a swimming pool for his cows, figuring it will help them relax and produce more milk. To ensure safety, he hires N cows as lifeguards, each of which has a shift that covers some continuous interval of time during the day. For simplicity, the pool is open from time t equals 0 until time t equals 1000 on a daily basis. So each shift can be described by two integers, giving the time at which a cow starts and ends her shift. For example, a lifeguard starts at t equals 2 and ending at t equals 7, covering 3 units of time. Unfortunately, Farmer John hired one more lifeguard than he has funds to support, given that he must fire exactly one lifeguard. What is the maximum amount of time that can be covered by a shift of the remaining lifeguards? An interval of time is covered if at least one lifeguard is present. Input format. The first line of input contains n. Each of the n lines describe a lifeguard in terms of two integers in the range 0 to 1000. Giving the starting and ending point of a lifeguard shift. All such endpoints are distinct. Shifts of different lifeguards might overlap. Output format. Please write a single number giving the maximum amount of time that can be covered if Farmer John fires one lifeguard. So the first line represents n, which shows the amount of lifeguards there are. And each line will start by the starting shift and time they end. And the goal is to see if we take away one of these lifeguards, what's the maximum time we can achieve. And as you can see, there are some places where it overlaps, from 3 to 7 and 5 to 9. So 5, 6, and 7 overlap in this situation. And same here, 1 to 4 and 3 to 7. As you can see, 3 and 4 also overlap. So let's see how I approach this problem. I split up into the main method and two extra methods because we'll be using both methods continuous time, so it's easier to just make a method for it. Now first, I imported the scanner because we need to get the inputs. I set up the scanner and then I took in n as an extent. And shifts represent all the lifeguards, and we have a length of 2 representing the start and end time. I'll be going over until n times and adding the starting time and the end time. And then I try to get a result by going for the max coverage after firing 1, which will be this method. And I'll be giving shifts as the parameter. And in this method, I set max coverage as 0, which will represent the maximum of time. And then I go over all the lifeguards, and I set up a remaining shift representing the new shifts. And it'll be length minus 1 because there'll be the same amount of lifeguards, except the last one, or the second one or the first one. And index will represent the index of the remaining shifts. I'll be going over each shift, and every time one of the lifeguards will not be included. So for example, in the first run, we will not add the first lifeguard. And then I'll set it equal to shift J. Then I call upon current calculate cover time and giving remaining shifts as a parameter. And coming here, it'll calculate the amount of time that the lifeguards have. So I set up the covered boolean as a boolean true or false, and it's 1001 because time goes from 0 to 1000, which means there's 1001 time. I'll be going over each shift in shifts. Start representing start time, end will be representing the end time, and then from start to end, all the values will be true. And I set it equal to true because at these times there will be a lifeguard, and even if they overlap, it'll still be true and it won't be converted to false. And then I go over each covered value, and if it's true, I add the total covered, and then I turn it. Then I give the maximum value of the covered times. So if this in the second one, if the max coverage is larger, max coverage will be set to it. Then I return max coverage, and finally I print out the result. Now that's it for today. Please check out our backlogs to check previous codes, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.